What we're going to do here is cut our raw data for California and then create our quotas and then cut our results for a final analysis. So what I have here are all of my completes, and I've eliminated any non-registered voters, as you see here, threes, and I have eliminated anybody who was outside of 2 standard deviations on the call duration. So now I will, and completed the whole survey up to the Cruz-Clinton question, because for your purposes you will not be analyzing the other variables, just gender and party and region. So I will copy my 893 cells. I will come over to SPSS. I will paste these in. We're going to analyze, and that's when you'll run your frequencies and crosstabs. For the purpose of this video demonstration, we're just going to run our parameter crosstab. So we put our party in the row, our gender in the column, and the region in the layer. We click OK, and now we have our 893 completes, and we'll copy this into our Excel sheet. So now that we've pasted in our data, we have all of our 4 regions, and what we're going to do is put our percentage of each region right next to it. And so just so you can see what our regions look like, I put them up here on the top. So in region 1 is 15%, in region 2 is 29%, in region 3 is 43%, and in region 4 is 13%. Now what we can also do is put in our party affiliations. So we can paste in our party for region 1, our parties for region 2, region 3, and finally region 4. Now what we have to do is find our low point here in order to create our starting point for our parameters. For our gender breakdown, it is roughly 50-50 in each region. So now you have to go and divide by your low point. So let's look at the 43%. We divide 339 by 43, and we get 788 as our sample size. Let's just take a look at our other regions and see if there's a lower point to start off with. As you can see here, at the 13% it would be 808 as our starting point. So 788 appears to be the low water mark. As you will see here, we have a low number of independent females. And as a pollster, you'll have to decide whether to keep this as your low mark or to make a change. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let's take a look at our other data sets. And we can see here, again, we have a low number of female independents. And finally up here, we have 50-50. So let's use 788 as our first set on our sample size. So we'll do a multiply by our sample size. And here we'll do our and as soon as we do this, we'll be able to start to see what our district is going to look like, or each region is going to look like. And in fact, we can go one step further and just calculate our regional breakdowns as well. And since it's 50-50, we'll be able to eyeball it pretty quickly. But once we do one set, we'll just copy and paste the formulas. And remember, the point here is to make sure that the sample represents the overall population. So if we take a look here, we can first of all see that we need 31 people here and we only have 20. So since we have that low mark, there's a new way to set this number for us. So what you'll take is 20 and divide it by 26, and that will give us a new subset here of 118. You'll then divide 77 almost, divided by our set, and that comes to 513. So we'll put 513 down here for now, and we'll see if we can have enough people in all of our demographics. So do we have at least 16 males and females here? We do. We have at least 12 and a half males and females? We do. And 20, we have just about enough to be able to make that number work. So now let's take a look at our next region. In this region, we just copied the formula and pasted it in. And now we're looking to see, well, we need 70, and we have plenty in the Democrats, and we need 40, and we got plenty in the Republicans. But when we get down here, we need 40, and we have 46, but we only have 13 females. This is again a judgment call by the pollster if they want to lower their margin or reduce this number down to 20. And based on our sample size, let's see if we need any other districts, and then we'll make a final decision. So here you can see that while we have plenty for the Democrats and Republicans, what we're missing are the independents. And this is normal in surveys that go out earlier in the election, because independents are the ones who are most politically ambivalent and difficult to get on the phone. So if you look here, now we need 57. So again, we just do our 43, and we'll divide it by our 26. And that gives us a new set here of 165. If we divide 165 into the percent that it represents, it comes to 385. So now we'll change this number to 385. It updates everything for us automatically. And we'll erase these. And now we have the numbers that we need for our sample. As you can see here, we're just using a 50-50 split, so we know that we have enough people in these areas. Here now we only need 30 people, and so we will go over a little bit with the independents, and then here we need 43, and this is where the rub is, and you've got a 17 number advantage here. However, because these are independents, as a pollster, I'm going to allow this to stay in, but it's up to each individual pollster. The gender breakdown, while it's important regarding perhaps Clinton, it's probably not going to affect the overall poll, and this way we can keep in a larger sample size. And then finally, we take a look down here, and we have a lower number to work with. We have plenty of material to work with. So we just copy this, and we'll paste it over here. And eliminate that, and then we say, okay, out of the 16, I need 12, so we're going to minus 14. Out of the 43, I need 12. We're going to take out 31. And then we're going to do this for the remainder. So here we need 19, so we're going to take out 10 from here. So we need 19. So we're going to have 9 from here, so we're going to minus 17. We're going to minus 32. And then here we only need 15, so we're going to take out 2 here, and we will take out the remainder, the remaining 3 over here. And now we'll do this for the remainder. And finally, we're in region 4, and we will need 14 people. We have 15 and 11, so we'll take out 8 from here, and we'll take out minus 4 here to give us 7 and 7. So now that we have our parameters, we will go into our raw data and cut it. Now, because we're going to be cutting our data, we're going to copy and paste it over, and then we're going to sort by 4 variables. We're going to sort by region. We'll sort by party. Sort by gender. And finally, we will sort by call start. And as you see here, we have our data, and just put a line across so we know where it ends. And we'll come back up. And in the first group, we need to take out 14 Republican Democratic males and 31 Democratic females. So we'll go to our raw data, and here's our party. So we got to take out 14 Democratic males and 31 Democratic females. And then we will do this for the remainder of the files, with Republicans taking out 17 and 32, and then independents, and so on. And now we cut our last 4 in the 4th region, and we are ready now to place it back into SPSS. So we'll go to SPSS, we'll highlight it all, delete those files. We'll come back to our data sheet. We'll pick up the first, we'll come all the way to the end. We'll pick this up and copy it. We'll come back over, we'll paste it in. And now you just want to trust but verify that you did it all right. So once the data goes in, we will go to Analyze and run the crosstabs. In here, we'll copy these and we'll take a look at it in comparison to what we were working on, and we will see if our data lines up. So so now we see we needed 24 here, we have 24 here, we needed 19, we have 19, we needed 15, we have 15, we wanted 58, we got 58. And you look down the whole list and you see that our numbers come in right about where we want them to, and we're now ready to run our total analysis. So you'll go back to your SPSS, we're going to analyze your descriptives, your frequencies, we click OK. And now we'll take a look at our 387. We can see that our language, really what I'm interested in is party affiliation. So our party affiliation is pretty representative of the entire state. And our gender, while it's a little high for males, it is still fairly representative of the entire state. And then finally in our region, these represent all of the percentages that we calculated for the 4 districts that we used. And that is how you that is how you cut your data. And now it's time to run your crosstabs or your tables, and then to analyze those results.